startup steps. Where's everyone with the startup steps? As far as like the PAX Ability Pledge and the shared kindness story, and then what's the problem in the world and what needs to be done to solve it?
I still need to watch my intern entrance videos. I need to make, besides the one video that I sent you, I need to make the other two still.
Okay,
And then, yeah, I've been putting in more campaign messages.
good. So you've done the PAX Ability Pledge, and you just need the other two?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Madison?
I'm just about finished with the majority of the videos, and then I'm getting access to the Google Drive with because I have to put in a code because the password changed. So I'm
Okay.
getting all that figured out.
Okay, awesome. So just so you know, this goes for everyone. When you're gonna make your like email shared folder for the PAX drive, you want to get in contact with Richard. Does everybody have Richard's phone number? Richard Rodriguez? Okay, so basically he's in charge of that. So when you're trying to sign in and it gives you two numbers, you want to go ahead and like message him. That way he can get you in the folder. So Madison, so you did your PAX Ability pledge?
Mhm.
Okay, and then you did the shared kindness story as well?
I don't think I've done that yet. No.
Okay, so you just need the kindness story and the what's the problem in the world, what needs to be done?
Mhm.
Okay, awesome. Davina?
Finals, but I'll get to start doing it later on this week.
Okay, okay, cool. So you have to do your civility pledge and then the other two videos?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, cool. Oscar?
Yeah, I haven't done any of those yet. I just made it through all the training videos and
Okay.
stuff. I'm driving home back to El Paso on Wednesday.
Okay,
So it's pretty hectic until I leave then because I have to move out all my stuff.
okay.
But like I'll be good this
Okay.
week. Sure.
Awesome. Cool, so let's just make sure we get those done. I mean, like, personally, I've done the PAX Ability Pledge, and I also need to do the kind of story and the, what's the problem in the world and what needs to be done. So, let's just hold each other accountable. That way, like, we're all, promoting, we're all helping the organization grow while we're also growing as well. So the next thing I want to talk about was does everybody have access to the planax.internships Gmail? Yeah, no? Oscar?
When I did it, like when I tried to log in, it said that the owner had changed the password like 9 months ago or something like that. And I texted Lyle about that, but I haven't heard back yet.
Okay, that's fine. So basically, anytime you run into a problem, we're like, oh, password's not working, all that kind of thing. Just get in contact with Richard.
Okay.
All right, Richard, he has, basically Richard is in charge of all that kind of thing, passwords, accounts. So now, so where are we with like the messages right now? Because I know I've seen some messages in there. So where are we with that?
I've just been dropping in a couple when I think of them when I'm not busy, but
Good.
yeah, just adding them when I can.
Awesome. So just so everyone knows, Lyle basically his goal for these messages and for the campaign, like for the rollout period, is does anybody remember?
He wants 3 to 4 from each of us for each campaign, right?
Yeah, correct. Does everybody know like what's the date for when they're like the finished messages are done and like we have like the videos finished and everything? Okay, so it's June 1st. Okay, so if you look at your calendar, that's like basically like 2 weeks away. So regardless of whether, well, it's a number, right? It's a date and it's a deadline, right? So what we can do is basically, he had told me that right now the priority for the campaigns are Serum and One Pop. So if you haven't really put any that much messages into the spreadsheets, you definitely want to focus on Serum and One Pop first, because that's the priority. And it's been the priority for a couple months now. So definitely want to get those done. And that way we can start to get them approved. He was actually just looking at some messages today and approving some. So when you're going in and putting messages, make sure to focus on Serum and One Pop. Okay. Has everyone like done 3 or 4 messages for each of those? No?
Is that on the Google account?
Yes.
Like once okay.
So basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share with you all a spreadsheet that has, this spreadsheet contains all the intern work. So when you start to, get more deeper into project management and you guys start to make your own like files and spreadsheets, this is where you're going to be putting them in. So if you go ahead and open it up, you'll see that there's lots of different files in there. But for our purposes right now, what we're looking at, let me share screen for a second. So for our purposes right now, what we're looking at is this one over here, pack template for social media. No, I'm sorry. Pack social media campaign messages, project management. All right. This is the one that we're looking at. So I'm sure you've all seen it. So for now, you'll see here LB, what that stands for is that Lyle went in here and he approved the messages. So for these messages, we can actually start to, I'm going to go over that later, but it means he's looked at them. So we're looking at this Serum, okay, and then One Pop clubs. So, as soon as we get these done, I can have Lyle look at them. That way, when we meet, it might be Thursday, it might be Friday. Just, is everyone Friday at 5:30? Can everyone make that meeting? Just nod if you can.
You say Friday?
Friday at 5:30. I might move it because we had something on Thursday. So it's like Friday at 5:30 p.m. Yeah. All right, cool. So essentially, I'll get into that later. But for now, Serum and One Pop are basically the priority. Next thing.
Do we still have a meeting Thursday then, or is that the Friday meeting?
So I believe that's what's going to happen. The Thursday meeting is going to be the Friday meeting. Okay. So now the selfies. Does everyone know about the selfies for Project Cope? Okay. So we're still missing. I know Joey, you did yours. Good job. Davina, Oscar, and Madison. So wait, have I shared with you that information for selfies for Project Cope?
Yeah, I think you texted to us.
Okay, I know I texted you, but I have to share this information with Oscar and Madison. So basically what's going on is that for Project Cope, you might have seen the, okay, you might have seen this, right? Project Cope. And there's this image here. This is actually an intern right here. His name is Prama. So what we're doing now is that we're building a folder in the shared drive where we want interns of basically like this kind of depressed or anxious facial expression. That way we can roll out different types of posters with different people on them. So I'm going to share with you right now in the chat. I'm going to drop in all the instructions for that and the folder. Okay, so I just shared with you the folder. So in this folder, you'll see the procedures in there, and then also the place where you can add your subfolders. So it's just gonna be your name, and then you're gonna put in your pictures. So now, okay, cool. So Madison, you talked about last week, or we talked about the YouTube videos.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me show you what I've been putting together. So for YouTube, so for YouTube, right now, this is the spreadsheet where like so basically what I've been doing is that I've been uploading PAX videos to YouTube, and essentially this is being used as sort of like a cloud video management slash place where people will be able to find our videos on YouTube. But right now, like I said last week, they're not like named appropriately. You know, some of them are called Zoom 0, which is basically the file name that Zoom gives you when you just record a video. So it's not just, even though there's various titles called Zoom 0, there's a link in here. So if you were to click on it, it'll take you to that specific Zoom 0. So you won't be confused as to what it is that, you know, which Zoom 0 am I looking at, things like that. So this is basically video management for the organization, just so, you know, we're not just recording videos and, you know, they're not being used, or, you know, we won't know how to use them. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into the chat. And so basically the way it would work, I explained it last week, VPM. So that's video project management. CTM, that's career track management. So anytime you have a meeting with Lyle, that's a career track management video. Most of these are career track management videos. So, you know, you'll kind of know if you see Lyle and then you see, you know, like you'll see like a college student, that'll be like a CTM video. So there's a key up here, right? CTM 8 foundations. Does everyone know the 8 foundations? It's okay, you can find this information on the planx.org website. So the 8 foundations, so they're communication, business, marketing, management, office technology, research, problem solving, time management. So if you see a video where it's like a social media video, that'll be a communications video. You see a video where, you know, Lyle's looking at like a spreadsheet, you know, it's going over a spreadsheet, that's going to be an office technology video. Now, all the time, there won't be a specific, you know, you might be confused as to what kind of video you're looking at. In that case, you know, you would just, you know, do your best to kind of guess what kind of video it is. And then Lyle would be looking at them to basically approve the message. And there's also a playlist. So once you find out what it can, like what kind of which foundation it is, it would go into a specific playlist for that foundation. Also, so they'd approve, all that stuff is just, you know, management stuff. SEO info, what that means is that description, thumbnail. Now these are the questions that YouTube's going to ask. You know, once you put in the title, all this search engine optimization stuff. So what I have to find out how to give you access to the YouTube channel, but for now you'll have access to this spreadsheet, which will link to the videos, and then you'll be able to put in the suggested YouTube video title. Let's just focus on the titles for now, and then we can go into descriptions. Do you have any questions about this?
No, that sounds good.
Okay, awesome. So let me just put this in there in the chat. Okay, so next thing was the, let's see. And Davina, you said you were going to be working on this as well, right? For the,
Yes, that's correct. There's something in the chat. I don't see anything.
okay, are you not getting anything? Oh, there's nothing in the chat?
No.
Okay,
No.
I think, okay. It looks like I was, thank you for letting me know that. It looks like I was actually putting it in the waiting room for some reason. Cool. Also, thank you, Davina, for telling me. In the future, like if you see me like saying I'm doing something and I'm not doing it, just make sure to let me know. Same thing goes to like if you're having a meeting with Lyle and he's like, I'm sharing my screen right now. Hopefully you guys are looking at this stuff and you're not seeing anything. It's okay to just go ahead and interrupt him and just be like, hey, you're not actually sharing anything. Okay, so I did that. Has everyone actually gotten the links now? Yeah. Everyone has the links? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So for next thing, okay. Joy, for podcast research. So basically for that, that's just specifically for Serum. So if you look into that spreadsheet that I just dropped into the chat, if you go to the first spreadsheet in that spreadsheet, you'll see one called VPM Serum. That's Video Project Management Serum. These are the videos that are going to be up as podcasts. Okay. So for these, basically you just need to research like what would be the best podcast platforms for PAC to use. And basically what you want to do is you want to look at reviews that have been done already for like podcast platforms. You'll save a lot of time that way, and you won't have to actually go and look for podcast websites and look through what they're offering. If you just look at reviews of what's been done, like people going through them, then you'll be able to effectively like make a decision on that. And then once you do that, make sure to just text Lyle, like, hey, Lyle, I did research on best podcast for Serum. And then, he'll take a look at it, and then we can go into putting podcasts up for that. And Oscar, you were going to do the Reddit, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So the same thing. So the Reddit threads, that's for Serum. So everything that's up on YouTube right now for Serum, all those are going to get turned into Reddit threads. So basically what you want to do is, I'm going to put in the chat right now the Reddit password. That way, or I'll message you separately later on for this, but what you want to do is you want to make, so that the PAC Reddit account is already in existence, but what you want to do is make these threads, and then also you want to make procedures for how you're doing this. Like make a procedures document that says, the steps that you took, so that, it can be reapplicable for anyone who wants to do this in the future for the organization. Same thing goes to Madison and Davina. When you're making titles for these videos, and turn that into a procedures manual. That way, in the future, anyone going through these tasks, they'll be able to effectively go through and do that. Yeah, anytime you can make procedures for something, just go ahead and document it. That way it can be reused again. And then you would put it into that shared intern link folder that I put in the chat. So Okay. So another thing before we go, so has everyone like had like a one-on-one yet with Lyle? You can turn your mics on.
I have.
You have Joey? Okay. Anyone else?
Aside from the one, I think it was the first one when he had us kind of explain who we are, and then he said that that was our one-on-one.
Okay.
Aside from that,
Okay. Okay. Has he assigned you like a main project?
he kind of talked to me about it, but he didn't really explicitly say. But I think so.
Okay.
I have it in my notes. So
Okay. Okay. So you said you took notes on it?
yeah, it was the redesigning the PAC website to kind of like focus on the app.
Okay.
Researching 3 websites. He didn't give me a deadline or when to start or when to not
Okay.
do it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure.
That's okay. So basically what you want to do is you want to basically get in contact with Lyle and just check in with him.
Sounds
Joey, you're doing animation for the vending machine, right?
Yep, the virtual vending machine.
And you send in your thumbnails.
Yeah, I sent him my thumbnails, and he said he was going to review them and get back to me, but we haven't talked since.
Okay, so that's fine. Basically, what Lyle wanted me to tell you all was like, if you like, for example, if Lyle has assigned you like a main project, aside from like things that I'm assigning you, you basically want to go ahead and check in with him and just be like, hey, Lyle, I sent you this, like Joey, for example, I sent you these thumbnails and you said you would review them, and I'm still waiting here. You always want to like make sure you're checking in with Lyle, just so that you're kind of, you're moving along at a good pace. So just make sure you check in with him when you're working on things. That way, to help you get things done faster, and also, to help you to grow as well. So Joaquin, did you get a main project from Lyle yet?
No, he told me that I'd probably be working on books, but yeah, I didn't really get much further than that.
Okay.
Should I text him again? I texted him yesterday and I haven't heard back.
Okay, yes, just that's okay. So basically just text him back and just be like, hey, Lyle, we talked about this and that, and I'd like to set up a meeting with you. And eventually once you all have like access to the internships email, you'll be able to go into the calendar app and Gmail and just schedule meetings. And the way you do that is you go into the app, the Gmail calendar for internships.planx, go to the calendar, you click on a day, set up a time. Obviously make sure that there's no meetings happening at the same time. You'd write, Joey and Lyle meeting, and you would save it, and then boom, he'll show up to that Zoom meeting.
Sweet.
So for Thursday, what I want to do is let's get like the, Serum and One Pop, that's what everyone can kind of commit to for Thursday. Let's get Serum and One Pop messages ready. That way on Thursday, we can actually, well, I'm sorry, it might be Friday, I'll let you know. So what I want people to do is basically finish up those messages for Serum and One Pop, and then research effective techniques of content engagement for TikTok, right? That way, we can kind of have an edge on like what to do. So think about 5 different ways, or, at least like 3 to 5. So let's do 3 to 5 different ways how you could create social media content from the same message. So basically come to the meeting with 3 to 5 different like ideas for, how you're going to take the, the content and turn it into a message. Yeah, because basically what we're trying to do, what we're working towards doing, is creating a viral campaign. So the longer we wait, the less likely it'll happen. So as long as we get these messages done, for Serum and One Pop, we can kind of start moving in the right direction. And by June 1st, have these things rolling out. That way, we can all, say like, hey, I was working on this, I helped to develop a viral TikTok campaign, for an organization. And we got, 1 million views on, a certain video and all this stuff that you can actually quantifiably, join in on. Even Oscar, even though you're not like, like doing, you're more on like the book side of things, you're still, involved in, the creation of the campaign. So you can also, take credit for that as well. Has everyone else like met the other interns? Like, Mariam? Joseph met Mariam? Navina, have you met Mariam? No?
Not briefly in like a last meeting before.
Okay, cool. So basically, yeah, so I'm going to basically text everyone here the other interns information, because there's always ways to collaborate. What we want to do is we want to collaborate with each other. And even though, we're all, some of us are in different teams, for example, I mean, we're all technically on the communications team, but Mariam is on like the project management side of things. But you can always just be like, hey, Mary, I'm doing a campaign and I want you to record yourself saying this message. And, we can go ahead and use that for what we're doing. Even though she's not technically on the communications team, we want to think as a unit, right? Think as a team. Does anybody have any questions or anything? All right, cool. All right, guys, awesome. Okay, have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.